only you could call those people. I feel like our whole world would be a better place if we could just pick up the phone and call those characters.
There are 3 victims we know of. Neighbors say they saw a woman.
Help me. You have to help me.
She knows what she's doing.
I've been waiting for you.
Hi, Liz. Douglas from Singapore. How are you?
I'm great. Nice to see you.
Thank you. I'm a big fan of New Girl, and I'm really excited about your new show, Furious. But let's talk about Furious instead, okay? I don't know. Well, I read in an interview where you talked for Dying for Sex, where you talked about stepping out of your comfort zone, and you said, don't get past the fear. You don't get past the fear, you embraced it. So I'm wondering, when you're making Furious, what scared you the most?
I mean, I definitely am seeking out things that scare me. You know, this was a brand new genre for me. I was like, you know, I've written mostly comedy and I've never written just like straight drama crime thriller, even though it's the kind of the only thing that I watch. So that really scared me. It was like, you know, do I know how to craft like a show with clues and, you know, like a crime and writing, you know, believable investigative scenes and things like that. And I felt definitely scared at the beginning of it. And then I ended up just kind of going back to what I know, which is just human beings in the world, you know, trying to deal with what they have in front of them. I was just like, okay, this show needs to just be about the humans involved in this and to really try not to like take on all of the FBI or like all of the NYPD or all, you know, like all of the justice system, but really just focus on these characters and these humans. Yeah, I was also afraid about like, I mean, I'm also someone who like uses humor to deflect a lot. So it was like, you know, actually getting into these characters' anger. I think anger is an emotion that makes me a little uncomfortable. And I think like that was uncomfortable for me in an interesting way, in a good way, to kind of write scenes where characters were really angry and like letting that anger out.
There's one image that stood out right in the first episode. Alice is on phone duty.
Yes.
She has phone duty and she's surrounded by her male colleagues. So that moment really reminded me of that iconic scene in Silence of the Lambs where Jodie Foster walks into the elevators.
Yes.
And she was surrounded by all these big, tall male trainees.
That was on my mind constantly. And I was like, always like, God, I wish I had that in my show. And I was like, oh, I can't, like the economy of that scene where it's just like one shot and you understand the entire character. And I was like, I'm not good enough to do that. I thought about that scene like all the time. It's such an incredible, maybe all the elevator stuff in the show is like an homage to elevators.
When you're writing Furious, what are the films or TV shows on your creative Mount Rushmore? And from the sounds of it, Silence of the Lambs is one of them.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, let me think. That's such a good question. Let me think about that. That's the first time I gotten that question. Like things that I watched to sort of like get ready for Furious. Well, obviously it's based on Black Widow, the 1987 movie with Deborah Winger and Teresa Russell. I loved Mindhunter. I thought that was like a really interesting, you know, them interviewing that tall, the giant serial killer, the very tall guy. I mean, that was like so chilling in this like great way. And I loved how it kind of like messed with some of the structure of a, you know, traditional serial killer chase. Like it became much more about the psychology of the character, which I was really interested in. Blood Simple, so good. That was a really good movie that I loved the tone of. And there's this old movie, Laura, that's really creepy and great. And it's black and white and kind of about memory and whatever. So that was another one that I really like came back to.
Back to Black Widow, right? I know that the trailer saw Furious as another serial killer show, but as I was watching it, I realized it was something else. So when you were adapting Black Widow, at what point do you realize this is more than just a serial killer show?
I think even like from the beginning, I was like, actually, what I think is really interesting about Black Widow is that it does appear to be a serial killer movie, but it's really about like two very lonely women kind of finding each other on a beach, like in the second half of the movie. And that's very weird and cool. And that was like something that drew me to it. So I knew from the beginning, like, okay, this is not a, you know, traditional, we just have to catch this bad guy show. Like, this is going to be a show about like two women kind of being unpacked and being sort of the who they are inside is the mystery of the show. Like we're tracking like who the character is and why they do what they do. And that is the thing that you're tuning in for. And that's like the mystery and the thing that you're trying to find out. That's the puzzle. So I knew going into it that it was going to have that kind of structure.
Okay, last question before they kick me out for good. If Alice has one phone call to make to help her crack the case, who will she call? Dana Scully or Clarice Starling?
What a great question. If only you could call those people. I feel like our whole world would be a better place if we could just pick up the phone and call those characters. I mean, probably Clarice, right? I mean, I feel like that's like a little bit like, you know, Dana's going to be a little bit more in the supernatural side of things. I feel like Clarice is going to, you know, be on the human side of things. But I would love to hear that phone call. That would be a really exciting phone call.
I'll start writing the fan fiction.
Yes, please. Oh my God, email it to me.
Your first case is an FBI agent. And you think she's a serial killer.
The homicides are payback of some kind.
Victims of violence are most violent. Don't you think so?
Got you. I've been waiting for you.